So I came across this picture online. I thought the picture was hilarious, but it really made me start thinking about how many different forms or different versions of characters we've seen in anime that have been just completely wasted. Rather, we've seen it one time and never seen it again, or we've seen it a couple of times and they just completely abandoned the form and haven't really gone back to the character using it all the time. Here are a few of the different forms, modes, and versions of characters through anime that I feel like were the highest wasted potential or just a shame that we never saw again. Obviously, first up is gonna be the Drunken Lee. Drunken Lee was versus Kibimaru was one of the best fights back in the day. Like, that was top 5 fights before people were making top 5 anime fights. Drunken Rock Lee, the power he was showing, the skill, it was hilarious to see him do it. But more than that, it was just such a cool form. It was such a cool thing to see him do so different from the other things in Naruto. He's using it like one time or one other time in Shippuden, and I believe that was a filler episode. I don't believe he, in the manga, ever used the Drunken Fist again, which is a real shame. Imagine what an older Rock Lee would have done in the war with the Drunken Fist. The Great Ape form. Yes, the Great Ape form from Dragon Ball Z. I think that this is something that was put in Dragon Ball Z, was a big part of Dragon Ball, the early stages of Dragon Ball Z, and then became obsolete. I would have loved to have seen them evolve the Ozaru form to something else, Super Ozaru or something, even if it turned into some other form, but maybe choosing Gohan or choosing Goten or choosing one of them to go down the path of the Ozaru transformation state more than the Super Saiyan state. It's just been interesting. We've abandoned it. I don't think we've seen anybody turn to Ozaru since like the Vegeta fight took that out of the entirety of the show. That was a main survival technique for the Saiyans. They stated it. That was the way that they were able to take over different planets, especially ones with a moon on it, was using that Ozaru form. So it's just weird that they abandoned that completely. Haven't really seen it in 20 years. Nightmare Luffy is another one of those versions of a character that I just thought was super cool. I know it's not really a transformation, and it makes sense why we haven't seen it again, but it was just a one-time thing that he had in Thriller Bark. I just wish that we would have expanded on it a little more, seen it a few more times, because I really love Nightmare Luffy, and the concept of Nightmare Luffy was really cool. So maybe one day we get back, Gecko Moria comes back, and we'll see some form of the Nightmare Luffy again. We know that Gecko Moria is not dead after the time skip, so